right back, Charlie. Definitely.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Come on, Ian. Come on, Ian. Come on, Ian. As the big man just said there, people deluded, I'm back again. First things first, with it being freshly the new month of March, I hope you and your loved ones are in great spirits and all in great health and all of that good stuff. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and in some cases, good night. Now, I know I like to think I'm a fan of the game, a student of the game, a football purist. And obviously my channel, Deluded Gooner, that'd be a shame if I supported any other team other than Arsenal, really and truly. But I'm a fan of the game. It's Manchester United against Manchester City. Manchester City against Man United. It's the Mancunian derby, the Manchester derby. This once upon a time. Maybe, well, it is an exaggeration. With the greatest of respect to Man City, obviously, you know, big up everyone that was part of the Man City fan base when they were in other grounds and they were in the trenches. But since that oil money's come in and Pep Guardiola, they're the big bad bullies. Like, as an Arsenal fan that's 28 years of age, I remember the good old days, man. Manchester City fixture, didn't have to think about it. You just knew Thierry Henry was absolutely going to do some unimaginable things to Danny Mills. But since then, they've become a decent club, to put it nicely. Obviously, at a point, you know, towards the end of Sir Alex Ferguson, towards the beginning of Manchester City's dominance and the early part of what's seeing them obviously winning trebles and anything else they've accomplished / going to accomplish under Pep Guardiola. This once was a fixture that was one of the biggest calendar list games in the Premier League season. Right now, it still is. You know, Man City need every 3 points they can get. Arsenal play tomorrow. We'll be doing a watch-along against Sheffield United. Liverpool, in dramatic fashion, got 3 points. The race for the Premier League title is really on. Obviously, where Manchester United are concerned, as a minimum, you know, whether they're still in cups or not, they need to try and get top 4. And it'd be a big 6 points. To be honest with you, I won't go as far as to say Liverpool and Arsenal fans are supporting Manchester United, but it'd probably be in our benefits to see them win. I'm sure you all saw Marcus Rashford's comments going into this game, and he's going to need to have a big performance. If I was a United fan, I'd feel a bit of a kick in the teeth. Smash the like button and big up the Twitch gang. I'd feel a bit of a kick in the teeth because Haaland has been finding a good run of form and he's been lost. Now, when I watch Manchester United play personally, they've obviously got good players. I think Delort has been all right. I don't think Onana's a terrible keeper. I don't really rate him, but the structure of Manchester United's whole philosophy under Ten Hag is non-existent. So naturally, players are going to be in issues. But 9 times out of 10, with the exception of the informed Haaland, Kobbie Mainoo looks like the only one who understands it at Man United, and what a fantastic prospect he is, you know. And I think, you know, such is life. People are going to say he's this, that, and the third. And when he goes through the inevitable run of poor form, they're going to be the first to turn on him. But he's a terrific player, man. A terrific, terrific player. And it's just a shame he plays for United. You know, I don't know how long you're under contract. They'd be crazy not to give you a new one. But yeah, predictions, talking points, all of those things, get them in, people. We are a minute away from kickoff. McTominay false 9 is killing me. It's mad, but McTominay, big up Top Blue and everyone else in the cut. It's crazy because McTominay is the sort of guy to score the winner in a game like this. I'm shameless, DG. It's either City win and help my Aka or we win. The game's the game, man. Manny one love. It must be an awful time to be a United fan. Who do they want to win the league? City, Liverpool, or Arsenal? Somehow, whoever's mathematically possible after them, probably them. Manchester City will kick off and have kicked off, people. Again, talking points, predictions, comments, all of these things, get them in. Let's watch this game, man. Big up American Gooner in the cut, and one love for what he did. You know what he did. Appreciative to that. I saw an email about such just before I went live. So what a great way to start the month. You know what that's going to get put into. So yeah. And I must admit, considering I went out yesterday, I must be invincible to alcohol because I drank so much and I'm actually calm. Sometimes you lot don't see it because I do a good job of, I might be absolutely hungover. We're still here. Manchester City are attacking. Could we see an early goal? Jeremy Doku. He's just going to spin around like a Beyblade. I can't lie. Manchester United, sorry, have done Johnny Evans dirty. You know, I just clocked he's in the trenches today. 50-year-old Johnny Evans, it's the trenches settings today. The first corner kick of the game has been presented to Manchester City. It'd be interesting to see Jeremy Doku against Dialog, if I'm honest with you. First corner kick. I mean, Man United ain't got nothing to fear. Only Arsenal are a threat from set pieces. It's taken short by City. Bernardo Silva's giving it back to Kevin De Bruyne, who's played it across the area. Phil Foden goes for the shot. It's deflected. Is that another corner? I can't lie. Foden looks like he's up for it. He's got the Benzema thing on and he looks crazy. And that was a good effort. Let's see that again. Maybe I'm capping. Kevin De Bruyne finds Phil Foden on the edge of United's area. He's laced it. To be fair with you, I'm probably gassing it up a bit, people. Delot has headed it out wide. See how the cameras can play tricks on you. Good 90-minute start from Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne takes the corner. Man United have lived to fight another day. It's fallen to Bernardo Silva. What a player he is, man. He's probably unfortunate that you live in this day and age of like where you've got, you know, Trent for what he's done at right back, Kevin De Bruyne, Mohamed Salah, all of these kind of guys and whatnot. Haaland to a degree, even though he's only been in the Prem a short while of time. Bernardo Silva don't get the hype, and I don't think he gets the hype in world football. I don't think he gets the hype in the Premier League. That he's a wonderful footballer. Now, I'm biased. I fell in love with Bernardo Silva from a footballing sense at the Under-21s Championships for Portugal. And since then, I've wanted him at Arsenal, man. Obviously, he went Monaco, and now he's a City player. But we have bought 1-2 players from City. You see what we're doing, man. John Stones, Rico Lewis, Doku, Foden. I'm dream chasing. Rodri. Get on the phone to Mikel Arteta. Diaz. Jeremy Doku, let's see what he's got. Plays it simple, finds his Belgian colleague, Kevin De Bruyne, who I don't quite know what Kevin tried there, but City still have the ball. Feels like I haven't seen John Stones play for these lot in ages. Manchester City have started very aggressive and very fast. Now, Man United, as a footballing club and their fans, they knew that was going to be the case. They knew they would suffer against City. What a pass from Kevin De Bruyne. John Stones, he's tripped in the box. Ref is not going for a penalty. Is there going to be a penalty early doors? Kevin De Bruyne is a devil of a footballer, bro. Like, I would love to interview him. And it will never happen unless we get to 70k subs and beyond. Smash the like button, big up the Twitch gang, and make sure you subscribe with Amazon Prime. I would love, you see the Cesc Fabregases, the Kevin De Bruynes, even Paul Scholes. I know he ain't kicked a Premier League ball in years. These guys, Bernardo Silva, these guys with this crazy vision to see passes that don't look like they even make sense. Haaland is headed just wide. I would love to speak to them. Like, how do you see what you see? Like, you can never explain it to us mere Sunday league footballers and armchair experts. But how do you see these passes? Was John Stones actually fouled there at all? I think he's kicked the back of Casemiro. I think that's a good call from the referee there, if I'm completely honest with you. It did look like that could have been something more, though. I had more confidence rocking up with Ollie can't front. Come on, United. I'm a United fan for 90 minutes. Errors come to an end. Ten Hag. This is his time. Large up DG and everyone in the chat, hoping Rashford turns up today. Shameless. From a human point of view, it'd be nice to see Rashford at least score or something, man. I mean, big up Rants. Make sure I can't imagine you don't know about Rants and follow Rants and whatnot. But we spoke about the whole Rashford stuff. And I would say it's a bit mad, really. Like, I don't think Rashford, I think everyone should be free to express their opinion. I think a lot of footballers have to sit down and shut up and just accept what's being said. And it comes with the business. But I would like to see more footballers speak. I know for a bunch of reasons, you know, big up the Americans in the chat. We're never going to be like America in that. You look at NBA players to a degree, NFL as well. They can kind of, quote unquote, speak their mind and not have to be, pardon me, very diplomatic and things like that. But we're never going to get that in the Premier League. I know he plays for them lot down the road, but even James Maddison, I like the way he speaks. I like when people speak, but at the same time, Rashford, on the eve of a big game like this, where your form's been terrible, where the club's been terrible, is that the best of decisions? Do you open yourself up for more scapegoating and whatnot? Man City start has been aggressive, you know, and as an Arsenal fan, I'm not going to lie, I wish we played at the Etihad already. Jeremy Doku's cross has come to nothing. That might actually be a corner. Did it come off the lot? I don't think so. But it's an aggressive start against City. But to go back to what the John Anson was saying about injuries, I hear you. And I'm not using Arsenal just because I'm an Arsenal fan, but you look at what would you do? Well, sorry, cut the track. Onana's goal kick has put his team in trouble. They've dealt with that. As an Arsenal fan, I don't know. People might be different, you know. Ooh, United could be in here. Sorry, people. Cut that for a sec. Garnacho up against Ake. Oh, he overran it. I'm not going to lie. It's literally only been 5 minutes, but there's been 2 incidences where Man United, I don't think you can just counter-attack against City, but City are very high. They're attacking it's a high line. A couple of occasions, Manchester United have tried to counter-attack, and maybe that's an opening against the run of play, potentially. Yeah, as I was saying, where Arsenal are concerned, like I would say Liverpool's up there in the end of the day. Liverpool at home's up there. But I would say for me, our most perfect performances, or the ones I was most happy about, just for me, I would say beating Manchester City. I would say beating Manchester City. Yeah, beating Liverpool, actually. Beating West Ham. And there's definitely a next one. Yeah, beating West Ham 6-0. And I can't remember the other one. But them results were achieved without necessarily, if you was to say that, and then you asked me to name my strongest 11, or what I feel is Arsenal's strongest 11, is very different. Football's a squad game, and it's a funny old one at that. Johnny Evans has done well defensively. Casemiro, Kobe Mainoo, hasn't seen too many touches. Johnny Evans, Lindelof, poor from Lindelof, and City have won it back very cheaply from a Man United perspective. Games like this where, obviously, Man United cannot match Manchester City on the ball, but you need to look after the ball because it's got to be exhausting. Anyone who's played Sunday League, when you're playing a team that's better than you and you're giving it away cheaply, it's tiring. And it's very hard to hold on to the ball for what it's worth. Phil Foden down this right-hand side, Manchester United's left, bobbing and weaving. Absolutely a great player, man. One day we're going to look at City and Foden's going to, quote-unquote, be the main player of sorts. So be keen to see. Kevin De Bruyne delivers. Johnny Evans heads it. Onana collects. That's a sign of nerves there from a Man United perspective, really, because 2 people are going for the same ball. Don't know why people think United will get rolled over. I don't think it's a rolling over thing, if I'm honest. Graham, shout out to you. Afternoon, DG. We have to hope United score first and have something to hold on to. They might be able to nick a draw, but I'm not holding out for much hope. Long gone are the days of just doing that, though, man. You probably have to hope it stays 0-0. Man United take the lead or grab a late equalizer. It's a good long kick forward. Rashford, we said Rashford could score. Against the run of play, football is a mad game. It was all City for 7 minutes. And Marcus Rashford has absolutely clarted that. I think it took a bit of a deflection, but take nothing off that. And that's the beautiful thing about football. I like Pep Guardiola's style of play and all of that stuff. But sometimes, you've seen on occasion the counter-attack. And it's all started from a long goal. I can't remember if it was a goal kick, but it's a long ball forward from a Manchester United perspective. Pep Guardiola cannot be happy with that at all. And I guess that makes the game a bit more exciting because now we're going to see if United can hold on. Oh, Nana, that's a great kick. So I was right first time. I don't think anybody's offside. It's just a simple long kick. It's a great knock from Onana. Killed Manchester City's defense. It's great hold-up play from Bruno Fernandes, to be fair. He's lengthed it into the path of Marcus Rashford. And Rashford has hit it first time, like my intro. This is what happens, people. You've got to believe in yourself. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win the lottery. Again, Bruno Fernandes, fantastic hold. Hey, Marcus Rashford. That is disgusting, man. Ederson, no chance. And it's kissed the crossbar as well. Hey. Rashford. And who better to score in a Manchester derby than one of Manchester's very own? As I said moments ago, when you're doing all them chattings on the statements and that, it has to live up to it. Advantage Manchester United. Manchester United 1. Manchester City 0. Wow. What a hit. But then again, that could be a gift and a curse, people. Because now, obviously Man United have to be able to hold on to leads typically. They're one of the bigger teams in the Premier League. But you'd wonder when Erik ten Hag is speaking about a potential game plan, he must have believed they could get goals. But was it factored around scoring first or scoring this early? Now we're going to see. Kobe Mainoo, very good. Marcus Rashford. Lindelof. I wonder if that's giving Man United confidence. It looks like it has because they're knocking it about. Diallo. McTominay's made a lovely run. Now he's offside. I know it's Mad United fans. I'm saying McTominay made a lovely run. I know you lot don't believe in that. Lobo and 7668. Appreciate you for resubscribing on Twitch with Amazon Prime. If you haven't hit the like button, you know what to do. Onana in possession, folks. That pass looked booky, but he's got it out to the lot. who's found Garnacho. It's a bit weird, yeah, because Garnacho and Phil Foden are playing in wide areas. I don't think their futures are out wide. I think Foden's a 10 or an 8. You could also say Chelsea's Cole Palmer, to be fair. Another long ball into the path of Rashford, up against Kyle Walker, who's pacey as well. Interesting battles, man. Rashford against Kyle Walker, the lot against Doku. Ruben Diaz up against his Portuguese teammate. And he's conceded a corner there. To be fair, for the footballing world, we're hoping that, these men win. I'm going to still say 2-1 City, but I'd love the scoreline to stay the same. Post commentary, Rashford hits different. DG, how much do you earn from creating content? A bit personal. Little bit of this, little bit of that. Some months are better than others, my guy. That's why we need you to hit the like button and subscribe and boost the algorithm. It's difficult, man. My head's above water. It's like that. American Unicator. Well, that's a great corner from Bruno Fernandes. It's come to nothing. Garnacho on the case. And where you look at Cole Palmer, Garnacho, Foden, obviously you've got to be versatile in today's day and age. Like, you got to be able to play multiple positions. But I think they're all centrally based players. Jeremy Doku's done well to get his team further up the field and earn a throw-in, by the way, folks. That was disgusting from Rashford. That was naughty. Naughty from Rashford. Eesh. Boy, who here scored a banger like that? Not to that level, but boy, I can say I've hit one first time. And that's the thing about Rashford, though, because he's got ability, he's got pace, he's got ability, he's got tech, he can hit free kicks. Like, he's got some really good finishes. But one thing holding him back for me is his decision making. I still think I haven't seen, because I remember when Rashford scored against us a few years ago under Louis van Gaal. There was a point in Rashford's career, yeah, it felt like, when you watch a movie like Goal or something, and it just feels like something made up. I'm sure he made his debut in Europe, his Premier League debut, his Arsenal. There was a stage where Rashford was just scoring every week as a young kid. I haven't seen. Oh, he's obviously improved and he's doing well for himself. He's earning a lot of money. He's played for his country. He's won 2 things at United. But from that 18-year-old to what he is now, and what is he, like 25, 26, maybe 27? I don't think his footballing IQ has showed significant improvement. Like, even when he's had strong seasons of scoring goals, like, that's why you can't play up front. If Rashford had better decision making, you could play up front. It's just the left-hand side is the best for you. Kyle Walker's found Kevin De Bruyne, skips past Bruno Fernandes, skips past Casemiro. This guy's a demon. Does too much. But if you're Kevin De Bruyne, would you not? Diallo in possession. He's done well to be composed. He's found Scott McTominay. Scott McTominay to Marcus Rashford. Somehow he's on this right-hand side. Rashford killed Kobe Mainoo with that. And to be honest, John Stones has just walloped it. Be a throw-in. Rashford needs better coaches to go up levels. I hear that. And you're not wrong. But being devil's advocate, yeah, you're at Manchester United. Rashford has been there when you've had Jose Mourinho. Centre-backs and strikers. If Jose Mourinho knows nothing more, he makes them 230. You've had Louis van Gaal. You've had Thingy. You've had but Oli might be a rubbish coach, but he was a good striker. You've been around some serious things. You've been around Cristiano Ronaldo and all them kind of players as well. Phil Foden, can he equalize? He hits it with his right foot, draws a corner. If you haven't significantly improved under them, when are you? And I hear you. I don't think you're wrong. I think he would benefit from that. But being devil's advocate, when you've been surrounded by them players and them coaching staff, and I'm saying what I'm saying, surely the buck has to stop with you. And I know it's easier said than done. I do think players are trying to improve. Phil Foden's corner was horrible, nonetheless, Onana claims. Boy, Arsenal beat both these teams, isn't it? Crazy. Corner City. Rashford needs Hazard to train him. It's just a decision making from Rashford, man. I do think United need to calm down with these direct long balls and just try and play football a bit. But again, you're going to get caught. It's given back to City here. How the hell have City got out of that? I don't know, but Bernardo Silva's in possession. This feels like one of them typical Premier League games. If I'm honest with you, I think there's more goals in this. I'm going to go 2-1 City, as I've said. Let me know you lot's thoughts so far as well. Ten Hag, 10 more years. Bro, Rashford, I can't get over that. I hope Rashford can shut them up, man. I might banter Rashford, but at the end of the day, we know what it is, isn't it? Like, we know everybody deserves criticism, but we know why. It's the same Raheem Sterling business. Kevin De Bruyne has shanked his effort, by the way, folks. It's the same stuff that Raheem Sterling used to thingy. And it's not nice. And I think, I do think football fans I'm not talking like criticize him and his opinions and his ability and what he's doing by all means. But this is someone that's done more than the government to feed hungry kids. Like, I thought there'd be a bit more sympathy from him. Bruno Fernandes deserves a lot of credit for how he held the ball up and got that assist. Take nothing away from Rashford's strike. And that's what I mean. Football can be unpoetic at times. It's just one long, take nothing away from it. It's a great pass from Onana, but it's a long ball forward. It's about 4 touches. Phil Foden goes for a shot. Not going to bang. Foden, your team needs you. I've seen Saka do it against these lot. Let me stop because he will end up doing stuff. God, DG, if City don't win today, we'd all be City fans next week against Liverpool. That'd be so good. Don't do it, Arsenal fans, man. We go again next year. Don't do it, man. I want to be wrong about winning the league, but it's a myth. Bernardo Silva goes for the shot. It's blocked. Feels like City wave after wave. So far, United have held strong, though, but it's only been 16 minutes, and it's one of them games where I thought more time's been played. United might get a second. Oh, Rashford. City could have conceded again. Again, that counter-attack is always on by Man United. Rashford's touch let him down. Kevin De Bruyne, of all people, is giving it away very cheaply. McTominay, it's poor from him, really, but he's found Garnacho nonetheless. Casemiro knocks it first time to Bruno Fernandes, who got the assist for Rashford's terrific strike. Right, I'm bleeding. Ouch. Ouch. What happened here? Why am I fumbling? Sorry, folks. Got a job to do. Oh, Nano, his distribution is amazing. And he's found Bruno Fernandes, who can only try to head it into the path of Kobe Mainoo, who had no chance really against Rodri there. Kyle Walker's clearance has just found the United player. The way the game's moving, United could score again, you know. Oh, you know what? Bruno Fernandes is going to do something again today. He's picking up lovely pockets of space on this left-hand side. And as we said earlier, that long ball, that counter-attack, it's always on by Man United. Don't think the ball into Rashford was good enough there, but why did he tried to header it in his stride and he's ended up running but forgetting the ball, and in that time Kyle Walker's managed to get back and mop up, taking care of his house on the pitch. Corner kick to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes. It's over, everyone. Bernardo Silva keeps it on, looking to knock it into the channel. I don't know what he saw, but it can't have been a teammate. Just watched you and Rance's stream. Rashford might have heard you, man. He has to. You got to get on with the saddest thing about life here. No one cares, bro. Like, I'll be real. That's the saddest thing. It could about to be 1-1. Phil Foden, your team needs you. Your team needs you. Your team needs you. And you fucked it up. Corner kick to City. Onana's done well. In truth, someone of Phil Foden's ability, that's horrible, really. That should be 1-1. The only thing that would give me confidence if I was a City fan is it's more or less been the same game. It's just United have scored. Ball into the box. Johnny Evans heads out. But I mean, it's not really sustainable for Manchester United to play like this for 90 minutes. They're naturally going to get tired. He will score a hat-trick. Listen, Phil Foden's inevitable, man. He's an amazing footballer. Like, he's amazing. He's one of them that is just born to play football, man. Technically, exquisite, all of that stuff. Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden on this right-hand side. Seen plenty of the ball. Delivers, tries to find Haaland. Not the best of balls into Haaland. And Lindelof and United can mop up. Garnacho, can he keep it on? He's giving it away, really. In fact, tell a lie. Lindelof. Casemiro into the path of Bruno Fernandes. Rashford's made the run, but you had to have played it into Rashford's path 20 years ago, and Ake's managed to intercept. Exactly. I love Rashford because being a single mom in the early days, the struggle was real, and he relates because he saw his mum do the same, the long car journeys to football matches. Exactly. And listen, we can't, what our mothers do for us, we can't put into words in it. Big up all the single mums or just mums in general out there. It's Mother's Day soon. In fact, when is Mother's Day? Next week. Every month there's some reason to spend money in it. Big up mum, but every month. But yeah, pick them up. And I like Rashford because he's relatable for obvious reasons and because he doesn't forget where he's from. I can't talk on things I don't know, but I'd have to imagine people in Rashford's close circle. It's not that they don't want the best for him, but it just must be bare yes men and yes women because he just seems like he's been allowed to go down a certain path or keep repeating the same mistakes. And to be fair, I don't know anything, but Rashford just, throughout the whole year, he's been in the tabloids for several things. He just strikes me as someone that is going through it off the field. And, you know, when you look back in August, did he not break up with his woman? And then he's pictured in Miami doing this. And then he He's dropped a clanger, whatever he was doing in Ireland. Lord God, Rashford, man. Everyone's beautiful with their own image, but Rashford, that is hideous, man. Pick him up, though. He scored today. Phil Foden. I wonder if Southgate's watching, because I still think Rashford will go to the Euros, but you could argue Marcus Rashford, Raheem Sterling, while I would probably still take them, you could argue they're fighting for their spot. Ake. Is he going to see it out? No, he's going to keep it in. Looked like he fell over there. Imagine Rashford with Alex. Could have been lit, but he ain't got that, man. And you'd imagine there must be some level of communication with Alex Ferguson for Rashford at some point in his United career. Like, Rashford just needs to take responsibility. You got opportunity of a lifetime, bro. Like, you've been around Ronaldo and Casemiro and Varane and all these wonderful players and great managers. Whatever you have to say about Ten Hag, he's got some pedigree. Van Gaal, clearly a legend. Jose, clearly a legend. And whoever. And I think Rashford just needs to make peace that you can feed 100 kids. People are going to say, why don't you feed 200? You could score 20 goals. They're going to say, why don't you score 40? You could be the most nicest, loving, careful, straight-edge person, and you still get to look at Saka and Kante and them, and they still find something. Maybe not Kante, I'm capping with that one, but just got to find peace. Or really and truly, you know, he should talk to a former City player. If I'm honest, him, Raheem Sterling, you must have his number, because that man has had to deal with the BS from 16, 17. Lord knows. When Raheem Sterling writes a book or talks about his life, it's going to be a madness. It's another corner to Manchester City. I wonder how many they've had so far. It must be about 10. It must be. We need as much pace in our side when we go to the Etihad. Teams are showing they can hurt and stretch City. Imagine what Saka and Martinelli can do that game. Got to take the chances, though. But obviously, Arsenal, I don't think Arsenal versus City will be this open. I think it'll be more of a chess match. And I don't think we'll take as many punches as Man United have taken so far. But they've delivered the fatal blow so far. John Stones. I'm going to say it again, but it feels like I haven't seen him play for City in forever. Rodri. So far, Haaland's being kept quiet. Like, you got to keep him quiet for 90 minutes. Johnny Evans is starting a counter-attack. Rashford, open your mouth. Open your mouth, pause. Bruno Fernandes, Rashford. Oh, look, you see, this just sums up Rashford. He's kept it on, though, but he's completely miskicked that. Man, I'm not going to lie. If this game goes left for Man United, they've had a couple of chances where it should have been 2-0. And it was all started by Johnny Evans there. I do think City have vulnerabilities, though, if I'm honest, like based on how City are. But at the end of the day, Manchester City are still Manchester City, and it's easier said than done beating them. But if it stayed like this, it'd be a great result for Man United. Liverpool have done their job over the weekend. Arsenal play tomorrow. Hopefully, we can do ours. We were doing a watch along from 7 p.m. But Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones, Kevin, Docky. What can Docky do here? Plays it inside to Nathaniel Ake. But for all the possession and the half chances, you know, Onana's made a couple of saves. He hasn't had to do much. Foden, John Stones. This could be mad. This could be mad. No, it's been dead. It's a quick taking corner. Oh, that's not broken. Let's put that down. What's the ref stop the game for? My attention was gone. Sorry, folks. 24 minutes in, it's still 1-0 to Man United. Oh, VAR getting involved. What? Oh, that's his hand, man. I mean, it has hit the lot in his hand, but come on. If they give a pen for that, that's nonsense. I thought we moved on from that, and thankfully they have. What a dark time it was in Premier League, in the Premier League when penalties were given for that. It's a corner with Kevin De Bruyne. It's an in-swinger. It's a good ball. Onana's punched it clear. Stood strong there, really. Kyle Walker. It's on this right-hand side. Phil Foden. Oh, Ruben Diaz. It's not the worst of crosses, but it's not the best. He probably shows why he's a defender. Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Plays a square pass. Rodri goes for the shot. I thought that came off Varane. It's another Manchester City corner. Yes, it's too early. Scored. If it will be in the 75th minute, I believe more United doesn't lose. Arsenal's two sons looking mid today. Appreciate you happy. Do you think Rashford has allowed the machines of celebrity and capital to exploit his name and better judgment? I mean, money can corrupt everybody, really and truly, and fame and stuff. And I'm sure there's some trials and tribulations that everybody goes through in that realm that are not necessarily exclusive to Rashford. But he doesn't strike me as someone like that. He just strikes me as someone that just needs a bit of guidance above everything. And it's easy for me to comment because I don't know everything. But it just seems like a lot would change if you just focused on football. But I do think there's an element of scapegoating when it comes to Marcus Rashford away from that. Purely at football, then, you know, when you score a goal like that, people ask more positive questions of you. But I just think you have to make peace, man. And it looks like you don't see eye to eye with Ten Hag. Obviously, there's no excuse, you know, when you're getting, you know, you're not reporting for stuff because you're out. Just be smarter with everything you do, man. Because some of the things you see Rashford's name linked with in the paper, or some things he does, you've been in the public eye far too long now, man. I bet United still bottle it. Rashford just needs to define himself as a person and a footballer. You should know yourself, though. Like, let people talk. As long as your mother, your brothers, the close ones next to you, your teammates, as long as they think the world of you or they hold you in high regards, of course, you're a public figure. You need to act a certain way. But as long as them not know the real you, then everything else is just extra, innit? But again, the pressure, like, you Man United, I won't say poster boy, but somewhat poster boy. You're homegrown, United in turbulent time. You're linked with, he was compared to Kylian Mbappe and these players once upon a time. So it can't be easy with all of that, man. England stuff as well with him, Saka and Sancho missing the pens. Can't be easy, man. But I'm sure he asked God several times, you know, to make him a footballer. I guess this is what comes with it. So let's see exactly what's going to happen. Phil Foden's been absolutely dealt with there. Kobe Mainoo, been a quiet game for him so far, but a very talented player, man. Temperament, amazing. United playing themselves into problems there. Rodri, Bernardo Silva, Doku, you need to get wider. Jeremy Doku, can you be decisive for your team? I don't even know what kind of skills they were, but United have dealt with that. Bruno just lumped it long. But this is what United need to stop doing. They're going back into that trap of just giving it away cheaply. Ake, Doku. Rodri. Oh, good ball into John Stones. John Stones, Phil Foden. Some of the pocket City players take up is ridiculous. Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva. Finds Kevin De Bruyne. What can he do? Oh, strong claim by Onana, to be fair, but that was a decent sort of idea from Kevin De Bruyne to try to find Bernardo Silva. Rashford just needs to wife a nice Browning from a good family and stay away from the boy. I won't say that. Trust, wouldn't we all? You know, I want to retire, you know, but that's not the way the cookie crumbles, man. It'd be nice to have a little Browning or red bone, preferably West Indian. Big up everyone, but yeah, it's calm. I fumbled mine, so I kind of deserve that still. We all want that. But Rashford could find that, man. Come on, man. Let's be honest. Like, I don't know why he left his last misses, but let's be absolutely honest. Like, it's got to be hard being Marcus Rashford. Like, she probably did have the good girl and stuff, but like, she's like an apple. And then you're going to these parties, you're going in these circles, these social circles, and there's hella cookies and muffins. And before you know it, you got diabetes. This is why moderation. So yeah, but it's a young man, man. Jeremy Doku. And that's a problem all of us make. Jeremy Doku down this left-hand side. It's a good pass into Bernardo Silva. Oh, it would have been a very good goal. Bernardo gave it back to him. And once again, a City player has shanked it. I thought Doku was supposed to be world-class and better than Saka. He's not playing Bournemouth today, is he? What happened to Amrabat? I don't know. I really don't know. He must not really be convincing. He ain't made any noise. I think United have to count their lucky stars that so far it's only a loan deal with it. I wonder what Pep Guardiola thinks. It will never happen, but just for games like this, I would love to see, like, if there was I think, to be fair, I think the BBC have done it on occasion where, like, you've got the halftime interviews. Well, not halftime interviews. Like, I don't know what you'd call it, but in the change room, there's just a camera and you can hear what they're saying. Kobe Mainoo galloping forward. Marcus Rashford on this left-hand side. You see, this is why Rashford makes no sense. He will score a screamer and fail to make a decent 5-yard pass or do the basic components or have the basic competencies of a footballer. Rashford's easily got to be one of the most frustrating players in the world, just based on what he could be. Phil Foden, Just giving it away first time. Varane and Casemiro trying to dictate proceedings. Casemiro found a lot. It's here with Varane. Varane, that's a good ball actually into Bruno Fernandes. Who's on the right hand side? Garnacho and Bruno have switched. Casemiro, gonna have to get your team out of there, man. Gonna have to get your team out of there. Earns a throw in, to be fair. Halftime interviews are garbage. Someone needs sacking. That's harsh. They need Amrabat on the bench. To be fair, if he is on the bench, games like this, you might have to come on to see it out. Man said, where's Tom Huddlestone? Probably playing for the under-19s or something. Good little gig he's got. Throw into Manchester City, folks. Again, if you haven't subscribed, just smash the like button. What are you doing? Els, good morning and good afternoon to you as well. What else we got? Yo, come on, man. Where's Grealish? To be fair, I think Thingy said he won't be fit today in the week. I think Pep Guardiola said Grealish won't be fit. And it's an interesting one for England actually going into the Euros, because I know Southgate's a bit hit and miss with Grealish, but Grealish's form is hardly out of this world. Rashford's going through some trials and tribulations. Cole Palmer looks good, but I don't know if he'll go to the Euros. Sterling's looking a bit thingy. So it's like when you look at all the England play, Haaland over. Maybe he could have done better. When you look at half of these England players going into the Euros, whose form is really amazing? Saka looks good at this moment. Arsenal bias aside, like he looks good. Foden's looking all right. Who else is there really intrigued? Then you got the injury to Luke Shaw potentially. You could say Ollie Watkins if he gets on the plane. Kane is obviously Harry Kane, but Bayern Munich are suffering. So I wonder what the England national team is going to look like. What's the fantasy saying, my guy? Good question. Good question. I did remember to do it this week. I think last week I did. Let me look. Last week I did a madness though. I got 54 points. The average is 46. So statistics. Last week Saka and Haaland got me 10 points. Bowen got me 20. I'm lit. This week, I've only got 20 so far. The average is 27. Okay, Cole Palmer got me 5. Maddison got me 5. Bowen got me 5. Haaland's got 2 so far. Oh, Luka Dean's on my bench. And he got 7. I'm giving up with FPL. Kyle Walker charging down this right-hand side, up against Lindelof. Kevin De Bruyne whips it in first time. Varane heads clear. Rodri, I think that's a good save by Onana, to be fair, because I think he's seen that late. I don't think the replays will do it justice. I don't know if Rodri's efforts actually was going to be on target. It is. The replays won't do it justice. But I think that's a very good save by Onana. He's looked good so far, man. Southgate won't change his lineup. He'll pick the same group. Rashford, just keep doing what you're doing in Miami. Then my broski, that's what you need. Saka, Foden, Rice, Bellingham all have to make the England starting lineup. They're all in good form. They are all in good form. I don't think he'll start Foden, though. He should, but I don't think Foden will start. You could argue Foden off the right, but then that's Saka or one of the two. I want to know where he considers Phil Foden, because we all know he can play 10-8 as well as out wide. But I remember Southgate talking about a few months ago how Foden doesn't play for his he doesn't play for his club side in central midfield. So why am I going to do it? Type of thing. And I don't agree with that, but I hear it because as an international manager, of course, you have tactics. There's a way of playing, and there's definitely several things all us England fans would want Southgate, to do different. But I hear it because you barely get that much time to work with these players. I think it'll be Rice, Bellingham, and someone else. Why isn't Kevin De Bruyne starting? Harsh, man. He's there. Onana's making good saves today. Impressive. Well, if you're playing City and your keeper is not at it, you're going to be in trouble, aren't you, realistically, folks? So he's doing good. 11 minutes excluding added on time of this first half. To be fair, unless there's an injury or some sort of incident, you'd imagine there's probably 1 minute max, 2 minutes tops. Hasn't been too much time wasted, and it has been a fairly free-flowing game. Onana is starting to time waste, though, curse of the commentator, and he's gone long again. Not really to anyone. The lot. He's gone forward. He's giving it to Ake. I'd love Ake at Arsenal, man. And Bernardo Silva. Half the City team, to be brutally honest with you. Onana had his super malt this morning. Oh, you're making me want to get super malt. Oh, after this, I'm going to get one, man. Put in the fridge for a bit or freezer to accelerate the process. That's going to bang with a Sunday dinner. Why wouldn't you play to your strengths? Rice in the 6, Bellingham as a 8, and Foden as a 10. I don't know, bro. I wish I knew. I don't know. I think you should do that. And I do think people, including myself, are very harsh on Southgate because we don't expect England to win stuff. And definitely in my lifetime as an England fan, it's probably the best England have done. But at the same time, you do have to wonder, like, whether England are going to win, whether they're overrated is another thing. But when you look at, let's just focus not on the World Cup because it'd be mad. But if we just focus on the Euros and the European nations, yeah, obviously the Spaniards, the Germans, they're always going to have great players and so on and so forth. Belgium are bringing through players. But when you look at it, apart from France, which France are France, Mbappe, Camavinga, Tchouameni, Saliba, the list goes on and on. Who's got the most collective, exciting young talents? You've got Rash, you've got Bellingham, you've got Saka, you've got Foden. He's not in the England lineup, but you've got Kobe Mainoo. You've got players about. Cole Palmer chomping at the bit. You need an attacking manager. You can't have a conservative guy. Bernardo Silva, Rodri, poor pass from Rodri, really. Lindelof says thank you, and he finds Garnacho. Garnacho playing his way into problems, giving it away very cheaply. I hope for your sake doesn't cost your team. Kevin De Bruyne on this right-hand side, plays it back inside, gets it back. Is he going to find someone? Chops inside. What's he going to do here? Kevin De Bruyne to Phil Foden. He's gone for the shot. Casemiro's blocked it. And that's been the case for United. You know, they've tucked him well. People have headed, got important knocks, blocked shots. So far, United are standing firm. I do think they need to just hold on to the ball a bit better. And now they've won it with Kobe Mainoo. It looked like Kevin De Bruyne fouled him there. Good strength by the young man. In fact, he's won the free kick. But that's what it should do. It's people like Bowen, Watkins, Dunk, Maddison, if they get the call up. Maddison, I think if Maddison does his thing, he should go. I'm on bringing Bowen, man. I think Bowen would be a good option on the bench. Dunk, I think he's one of the most underrated players. You know, I look back to the Brighton game at the Emirates where we smacked them, but like he went out as a Spartan. He's a good player, Dunk. I wouldn't mind him being part of Arsenal squad. You won't play that many times, but there's a job here for you. You know, you could even argue he could, if he played for United, he'd be starting today, really. Maguire out. Obviously, Evans is starting. Varane trying to buy a foul there. Ooh, I think Varane, that's dark horse. Very street smart from Varane because I thought that was a soft free kick to give away. Haaland's been kept quiet. They've tried to find him. United have done their job. And my FPL team isn't happy. The desire is there in this United team. It's a Mancunian derby. Clearly a golfing class between the two sides. So you have to be up for it. City have had 14 shots, 3 on target. United have had 2 shots, 1 on target, just 3 touches in the hot box, but they're currently leading. And that's the beautiful thing about football, I guess. By his grace, Man United will beat the Citizens today. In Jesus Christ's name, amen, Jehovah. We hope so, man. We hope so. John Stones, what a player, man. I wish the links to it. I'm sure he was the first player when Arteta signed for Arsenal. They were saying we're trying to buy. Be lit to have John Stones, but you got to be crazy to leave City. And if you're leaving City for a foreign club, fair enough, but what reason have you got unless you're crying about game time? Kyle Walker, Rodri, Foden. Glides past one, delivers, attempts to deliver. Can't find this man. Phil Foden's got a bit quiet, but I think he started very brightly, if I'm honest with you, initially. Bowen is okay, but is he going to accept being second choice, but would rather someone else? To be fair for you, you're playing for England, isn't it? You've got to accept whatever's given. I don't think you can call up the majority of the squad on form. I don't think you can call up the majority of the players, on form. I don't think you can do the same with players you trust. I think you got to find that balance. I think there's Southgate's one thing, but I'd say England are kind of let down centrally, really. And also, as in centre-backs, Kevin De Bruyne puts it into the box. And also left-back, really and truly. Ake doesn't want to use his right peg. It's out here to Jeremy Doku. Stones, City working it patiently. Bernardo Silva. What can he do? Diaz. Doku. Oh, he sold me. I thought he was going to try and skip past the United fullback. He didn't. Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva. For all of the possession and all that stuff, I haven't said what to save by Onana too many times. And you'd expect that was the case with City. Surely that's a free kick. Thought Ake was clattered there, but boy. Man United have a hot potato midfield. They just give it away so easily. So far, so good, though. Rodri. And what are City's fixtures, in fact, man? Because City's fixtures can't be kind. Even though a team like City, you can beat anyone, anywhere. Pardon me. Sorry, people. They got 3 games in a week. Obviously, today they're losing 1-0 to United. Then they play Copenhagen midweek on Wednesday. Then it's Liverpool City next Sunday. That's crazy. Throw in here with Kyle Walker. Come on, find a teammate. Finds Rodri. Diaz. Ake. Doku cutting inside. Plays a square pass to Rodri. Kyle Walker's making a lovely run. Keeps it alive. Oh, almost fell to Doku. Kevin De Bruyne. Oh, Lord. He didn't have much time to think about hitting it. But that's into the stands. That might even be at the local bus stop. City versus Liverpool next week. John Stones has to be the first choice at centre-back. Trent is the pick for right-back. 2 of the other 4 positions are up for grabs. But even that, with Trent, Southgate's probably not going to let him drift into midfield and find the plan around that. So Trent's going to probably have to just play as a conventional fullback. Reece James, quality all-rounded player, but how fit is he going to be? To be fair, I'd probably lean towards it. If the Euros is starting now, and to be fair, I don't think it will change much. I'm probably going to go with Kyle Walker. Left back, Chilwell probably. But nothing really screams at you. Edison. We haven't said his name too many times. Ake. Doku loses the ball. Thought it was fouled there, but afternoon DG. I thought it was a 4:30 kickoff. Missed the first half. Yeah, missed much apart from a stunning strike. If you haven't seen it from Marcus Rashford, Diallo attacking for Man United. To be fair with you, he's lost it, but I wouldn't mind that if I was Ten Hag. He's tried to actually take on a City player. Edison, what a pass out there to Kyle Walker. Rashford's going to need to tuck in quick. Kyle Walker galloping forward. Got Bernardo Silva, Haaland and Cole to his left. Finds Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, unless City score, we've seen this for the first half. Innit? A lot of flirting, a lot of foreplay, 0 penetration. Diaz, Foden, it's very tight, it's very patient, it's in the pockets, it's very intricate, but goals win games. And unfortunately, Manchester City have not done that so far. Garnacho. Or if he was able to make contact with that, he's gone. I think Garnacho struggled towards the end of the first half, man. He's giving it away cheaply, really been ineffective. Bernardo Silva tries to find Haaland. That was a good attempted knock for what it's worth. Foden, it's another block by a red shirt. Manchester United holding very firm. Pardon me, Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland having a mid-off. I want to apologize to Fernandes and PR. Kevin De Grealish is ghosting harsh, man. I think he's putting himself about. Big if here, but if this result stays the same and Arsenal win the next 2 games, they'll be top before the Liverpool City game. Big if. Big if. It's just a case of can Manchester United hold on? And if they keep playing like this, and City keep attacking like this, great. A minute left. How long's been added on? Can't imagine too much. Foden and Doku not crossers, crossing inshallah. I just think Doku can be quite predictable, and his decision making ain't been terrible today, but it's not the best. It is on this occasion. Rodri, is he gonna go for the shot? Finds Phil Foden. Yeah, it might not be City's day. How's Haaland not scored? I was just about to say Erling Haaland is bagged. Pep's gone to drink his water. That's probably some rum. You're going to need that. Jeremy Doku done well to find Rodri. Rodri's aimed it to the back post. Phil Foden's headed it back across. You'd imagine Haaland would have been on side. How? Maybe there was a touch. I'm in disbelief. Was there a touch? The long gangly legs couldn't direct it towards goal. It should be what? Oh, Lord, Haaland. It just shows you it can happen to anyone, and that's another one for the big chance missed. But Haaland will still be up there for top goal scorer. How has he missed that? It is a harder finish than people give on, but Yeah, man. How have you not scored a lot on a galloping run? He's been one of Man United's most informed players when I've preed it. Passes behind Marcus Rashford. Rashford. Lindelof. Still here with Marcus Rashford. Lindelof's done well. Bruno Fernandes. Kobe Mainoo. Bruno Fernandes tries to aim it into goal. Scott McTominay getting up there. That's never a foul, ref. Edison's been strong. Scores a worldie. But, bro, Rashford is an enigma, man. One of them days for the cyborg. Forgot to do a system update, probably. Didn't charge him properly. There's been 3 minutes of added on time. If we haven't hit the like button or subscribe, then what we do in Twitch gang, do what you're doing as well. Don't feel left out. Appreciative to have you lot in the chat. Phil Foden. And that's the thing, like, obviously, I don't understand football like Pep Guardiola, but you know, if you start Jeremy Doku, you don't really have direct threats to run at United. Sorry, Rodri, Foden, Rodri, Højlund not missing that DG. I hear it. Neither Saka, Phil Foden, De Bruyne, Doku. Oh, and that's where Haaland should be. It's put across the goal. And again, no one there from a blue perspective to put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, City have been the better team in the first half, but what do you define as the better team? You know, United have defended well. Onana hasn't had to pull off a worldie of a save yet. The clean sheet is still there. I don't want to jinx it if you're a United fan, but yeah, scored the goal most importantly. Kyle Walker puts it into the box. It's gone all the way out here with Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku. Twisting and turning, bobbing and weaving. Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva and him play a 1-2. Again, it's a corner, but I can't tell City anything. But you just imagine that if one player just darts across the 6-yard box, you've got a tap in. You've actually got a tap in. I'm sure Kevin De Bruyne, based on his reaction, will agree with me. Varane has conceded another corner. Kevin De Bruyne delivers. It's headed out again. But it's here with Phil Foden on the edge of United's area. Stones makes it effortless. Rodri sent someone shot. Makes out he's going to go for the shot. Finds Stones. Stones finds Bernardo. Kyle Walker getting frustrated. Takes an effort. Is that another corner? Haaland would never get these chances against Saliba. The slander names are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Would this be a game for Grealish? Maybe to start, because, you know, they're playing in the pockets. And if he comes off the bench, he's a hero. But in terms of directness, Grealish can play direct, but he's not, sorry for that, people. He's not an out-and-out winger per se. Onana collects again. Onana's had a strong performance without really having to do anything. At this moment in time, on the eve of the end of the first half, Manchester City have had 17 shots and 3 on target. United have had 2 shots, 1 on target. That's the end of the first half. In terms of possession, which I believe possession in football is everything, but it's what you do with it that's the most crucial. City have had 74%, while United have had 26%. In fact, City have played 375 passes to Manchester United's 136. United have had 2 corners. City have had 10. So 10-2 in terms of corners. Oh, shouldn't have done that to myself as an Arsenal fan, really and truly. This is not 8-2, but yeah. Grealish injured. And in fact, yeah, that's a better thing. Who is on the bench for both sides, actually? With that in mind, Man United stay 6th, but they're 3 points better yet. Apologies, behind Tottenham Hotspur. Spurs do have a game in hand. In fact, Spurs and Arsenal have a game in hand on Aston Villa and United. To be fair, Spurs are only 8 points, off Arsenal. Villa are only 3 points off us. If it stays like this, Arsenal with a game in hand are a point behind City. God, can this please be our year? I don't want to get excited. I don't want to dream of it, but please, man, please. If not Prem champs, man, please. You made Chelsea with it. Can't be the better team when United are playing their game. It's planned like this. I agree with you. That's why I think maybe I haven't articulated myself in the perfect way. I think City have been the better team in that. I think they've looked more of a threat, etc., etc. But I do think City have shown, first and foremost, a fantastic degree of street smartness. I'm sorry, United have been street smart. Onana's not had to do anything. And Onana, he's not going to get praised for that pass. But yeah, I do agree. Is that a United shirt? Allow it, man. No, it's just a normal red shirt. United need to protect the ball better when they get it, because they can't play like this for another 45, because City will find goals. It's going to be interesting because now you're going to start to get tired. both teams, are you going to keep the standard? I think United got another goal in them on the counter, if I'm honest. Doku is sly media. I like Jeremy Doku, but he's raw, man. And I couldn't believe the PR and the early hype Jeremy Doku was getting without having to do anything. Onana running back the Champions League final performance, elite distribution. Onana's a baller at times, man. I do think Onana's a bit of a questionable goalie, but if United had a more stable system, the flaws would be hidden a lot better. But that's how it goes, man. So yeah, man. What have you lot made of this game so far? But yeah, man, United doing what needs to be done and winning the game. I hope there's more goals in this game. It feels like in theory there could be more goals in this game, but it's gonna be extremely difficult, man. Extremely difficult. Doku looks well below average in the City side. I mean, he's done the right thing, I guess, in going to Manchester City in the sense of, if I say you're raw and you're not the finished article, and what better teacher to have than Pep Guardiola? So yeah, it's going to be a teething problem. And you could argue he must be obviously a bit of it must be because Grealish is injured, but you could argue he must be learning fast anyways at this moment in time because he's starting to start. Yo, madman. Haaland's been stifled, but again, not to diss Haaland because he's a fantastic player, but he's a service-reliant striker. Obviously, he can make his own goals, but he don't do that Gabriel Jesus stuff or anything like that. He's just give me the ball, got to bully and score goals, and he should have scored a tap in. But if you're not getting provided service, then what are you doing? And to be fair with you, anytime they've tried to find Haaland in that box, whether it's been Varane or Evans, they've headed it, they've sweeped it up. United just doing what needs to be done. It's a very street smart performance, really. And Ten Hag, if this is how he planned to set up, it's working. I think Scott McTominay is working. I think Bruno Fernandes obviously got an assist. He did his thing. I think apart from the goal, Rashford, there's a lot to be said about your decision making. But yeah, man. We compared Doku to Saka as a joke. We weren't serious. Shameless. Looking at Jadon Sancho, really. Maino, Varane, Casemiro, the lot been cooking. You're capping slyly with the Maino thing. Right, Rio hyping up Doku saying he would smoke Trent. I didn't realize smoking Trent was a great accolade. DG, worst player so far. Worst player? Good question. Worst player on the pitch for me so far. I don't mean they've been terrible. Good question. I don't think there has been one, very slyly. I really don't think there's been one. I don't think there's been one. I wouldn't say Kobe Maino, but I think he can show a lot more in a game like this because I rate him, but I wouldn't say him. I guess Haaland ain't. You know what? Haaland is a cop-out, but I'd say Haaland because he should have scored. I think Kevin De Bruyne by his own standards, I guess, yeah, but I don't agree that Kevin's been poor. I think he's putting himself about, but yeah, man. Worst player so far is Haaland, has done nothing but Mr. Sitter. Yeah, I think that's fair. Garnacho went a bit quiet. I don't think he's a winger. United have defended well, but I still do think there's too much space for this City midfield. And if United concede, it'll be interesting to see how they react. And again, I can't lie, Sky Sports employed me, man. Because if you're watching Sky Sports, did we not just talk about Scott McTominay, Bruno Fernandes? And now they're highlighting them. They're stealing my whole flow, people, man. Rodri almost with a trademark goal too. That was a big save from Onana. United are so bad and shameless. Doku has for sure been the worst. I think he's more played to his potential than Kevin De Bruyne, no? I think Foden been a bit hot and cold in the first half, but he's played all right. XG is 0.89 for that one shot, says it all. Well, if you get the 3 points, take it from an Arsenal fan who watched Arsenal versus West Ham at the Emirates. Sometimes, like the league table and the game, it doesn't tell the truth, or a 90-minute isolated game. Sometimes it doesn't tell the truth, but it doesn't always lie. They've taken it. And you look at the average positioning. Apart from Rashford, not too many United players have left their own half. Every player, apart from Edison from City, has spent it in United's half. But again, we knew that was going to be the case. United would be very naive or better yet idiotic if the manager and the players sat there and said they don't expect moments to suffer. They don't expect City to have the lion's share, to have half chances, to have many corners. It's expected. So far, the game plan is working. Just enjoying the game. Doku ain't been the same since that stat pad 5 GA game. Ten Hag in results-based FC. Do you think Martinelli is more of a striker or a winger? I actually think striker, you know. But right now you got to play on the wing until you show a bit more versatility. Doku with a Hudson-Odoi performance. Who's Hudson-Odoi? I don't know him. Never heard of that guy. Sounds like a winger with a familiar name, but American Gooner, one love for subscribing with Amazon Prime. Appreciate that. People, let me go and get some halftime refreshments very quickly before the second half kicks off. Smash the like button. In honor of Marcus Rashford's goal, it's only right you see a fellow one-touch finish.
Against this right back, Charlie.
Have no fear, DG is here, folks. I'm back again. Interlude settings. Let me put my coffee down over there and let me step back in the booth. So yeah, what we thought of the game. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Boost the algorithm and that. And don't forget, folks, we're going to be watching Sheffield United Arsenal tomorrow. So hope to see you all there. I'll be live from 7 p.m. So yeah, man. I mean, I hope the boys are watching this game. They know exactly. I hope Arsenal are watching this game to know exactly what we need to do tomorrow beyond the obvious. And I hope we also are watching this game to know, obviously, no two games are alike, but to see what it's like playing Manchester City. No Rob Holding in that, so he might be half decent against them. Hudson-Odoi actually looked decent yesterday. Who is that? I don't know who Hudson-Odoi is. Never heard of him. Is that footballer? Don't know, man. Never heard of him. He looked decent. Oh, you're saying he played against Liverpool? Fair enough. Fair enough. They lost though. Shameless. Apparently, City have in brackets 2.73 XG. Man United have 0.22 XG. How long can this last? Well, based on paper, not long, but football isn't played there. Nah, I don't know about that. But yeah, City miss Gundogan. I mean, who wouldn't miss a player like Gundogan? Really and truly. And I'm sure Manchester United fans are happy to see the back of him, obviously, because of what he did at Wembley last year. What a finish that was, man. Would that be the best FA Cup goal I've seen off the top of my head? FA Cup final, better yet. Yeah. I would say Santi Cazorla. I was there when Santi Cazorla scored that free kick against Hull. That's defo up there. I'm sure Alexis Sanchez scored a great goal. Maybe even Theo Walcott as well against Aston Villa. Grealish in the final. But I'm sure Alexis Sanchez scored a sizzler. And something's telling me Gerrard. No, I'm bantering, man. Big up Hudson today. It's just, they compared him to Bakayo. He's not the first or the last. Anthony 90, 75 Sancho, 80 million on Maguire, 60 on Wan-Bissaka, neither of them playing 1-0 United. I hear it. But to be fair, Sancho's obviously doing what he's doing with Ten Hag. Maguire's injured. And again, it's just like Arsenal. When we beat City, when we took 4 points off Liverpool, and when we won 6-0 against West Ham, was that done with what we would have on paper as our strongest 11? I don't think so. Hudson-Odoi is a quality player, man, but I think he suffered from the hype. I do think he lost his confidence. I think he suffered from a lack of game time. And I think the injuries kind of killed him a bit, man. He don't really look that explosive, but, from a human point of view, you want to see people reach their full potential. He did look like a player, though, especially in the youth academy. Like, pardon me, when Smith Rowe, John Jules, Saka even... that kind of age group, like I'm sure Arsenal got to an FA Youth Cup. But to be fair, last time we've got to the FA Youth Cup finals, we've got dealt with West Ham, dealt with us last season. But I'm pretty sure it was across 2 legs. If it wasn't, either way, I'm sure it was Arsenal versus Chelsea. And that crop of academy talent was just far too strong, man. Hudson-Odoi was just head and shoulders above everyone. Fun fact, the last 3 Community Shields Arsenal has won, the league champions have been dethroned. Is this number 4? But if it doesn't result in Arsenal winning it, my heart can't care, bro. It's not fair to us. It's not fair. 5 more likes and we've hit 100, folks. Hudson-Odoi was unlucky. And sadly, that's life, But as I always say, whether it's relationships, whether it's not getting your dream job, whether it's sometimes these things happen. It's weird and it sounds bad. But these things happen for a reason. Muted. Hello? And it says the thing is connected. Hello? Thought we was having a clean run there. You sure you can't hear me? I'm good. Thank you. Heart attack, man. Heart attack. I tell you a lot about that all the time. Heart attacks. So what's going on there? You can hear the golden voice. Nah, I'm definitely not okay. I'm hella handsome, top blue, but yeah, man, the haircut and that all my days. Not all my. Let me be humble in life, man. But it's a pleasure to do live streams and vids. Haven't you ever noticed? The minute I cut my hair, there's videos out. You get the ones there out. But yeah, no way United win, wheels will fall off. Do you know what? The longer the game goes on, I do think in my head, I think City will turn this around. But I also feel, could it be a thing where City come out, look more aggressive, look more threatening, United look more on the ropes, etc., etc., and that second goal from a Manchester United perspective comes into play? The only thing I would say Man United could have done better in the first half, as the second half's about to kick off, held on to the ball a bit better, and they had literally a couple of chances potentially. Pardon me, they could have scored again. So yeah, second half has kicked off, people. And it'll be a different, like last 10, 15, 20 minutes. I think that's where we start to see the game kind of change. United have no bench. Who's on the bench for United? Let's see. Bloody hell, innit? Yeah, bloody hell. United. Stones has been fouled. Damn. But to be fair, you got Diallo. You might be able to do a thing. Anthony, Amrabat's there. Ericsson's there. Obviously, you got Bobby Collier, who they bought from Brighton. Decent player. Kambiwala, forgive me. I'm sure he's played for them as well. Amari Forson's been, knocking on the door. If you're good enough, you're old enough. But then you look at City's bench. You've got it based on the game state now. You've got Kovacic who can drive forward. You've got, Julian Alvarez on the bench. You got young Oscar Bob there. You got Matthias Nunes, who's almost a forgotten man, and Rico Lewis. Now, I'm being devil's advocate here, yeah, but mad devil's advocate. And we know under Pep Guardiola, you give these players a year to adapt. We've seen it. But am I wrong, yeah? I know it's Pep, and you can never question anything Pep Guardiola does and whatnot. I'm just being devil's advocate. Yeah. And City are still great. Kovacic, is he making that much noise in a City shirt? Guardiola, is he making that much noise in a City shirt? Nunes, is he making that much noise in a City shirt? Jeremy Doku, probably more noise than the names I've said, but is he making more noise in the City shirt? If that was another club, would you be looking at the summer incomings under a different light? I'm just asking the questions. I'm not saying I believe this. I'm just provoking thought conversations with you lot, especially if you just want a treble. And we know teams post-treble hangovers, Gundogan left, things happen and whatnot. Now, I will never doubt Pep Guardiola or anything he does. He is human. He does get things wrong. And there's a method to the madness. But if this was another club, an Arsenal, a Liverpool, a City, man said City, a Chelsea, would people be saying something? I don't know. Could you argue Kai Havertz out of Kovacic and Mason Mount, the three boys who left Chelsea and went elsewhere? Havertz looks the most firmly established in the new team. I know it's shameless, but I'm just simply better yet playing devil's advocate. Doku made noise in one game. Outside of that, he's a stanky leg merchant. Haaland with a second half hat-trick, book it. It would be nice if City dropped points and Haaland scored FPL points and that. Kyle Walker has found Kevin De Bruyne, who some of you lot said he wasn't rising to the occasion. John Stones has found the Belgium again. Ooh, they might be right. That was a horrible attempted pass by Kevin, but City still have the ball. Jeremy Doku. Ake. Doku. Running around like a Beyblade, really, Doku. McTominay. Garnacho. I think he's onside. That's actually a decent knock by Casemiro. Scott McTominay has to deliver it first time. Diaz has somewhat dealt with it. Ake will just nick it in front of McTominay. Bernardo Silva, what can he do? Finds Kevin De Bruyne. It feels like this game is opening up a lot more people. Phil Foden, what can he do? Your team needs you. Phil Foden, drifting and turning. It's another block. And to be fair, Man United have done a great job today of just getting blocks when people are getting the shots off. Bernardo Silva. Ake. Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri. Haaland. Oh, great strength by Haaland. He's giving it to Bernardo Silva. He's found Doku. Doku's gone for the shot. It's a great hand from Onana. It looked like it was going to go into the path of Phil Foden and it would have been 1-1. To be fair, if it stays like this, it's a weird one because I wouldn't say Onana's had too much to do, but at the same time, he has, and he's made several great saves. And also, he didn't get the assist, but he started the move, which led to the goal. Very good. Had he not have got that touch, it might have been a very different outcome. Diaz has found Rodri. Ake. Rodri. What can Rodri do here? He's found Phil Foden. I don't know what Foden was doing there. You got to swear on your life that you was trying to cross that, but he's gone for the shot, really. And it's not gone anywhere. It does nothing, really. Well, it does feel like City aren't quite playing to the standard that City can typically this season, but at the same time, people, it is still Manchester City. It is still Manchester City, which is absolutely a great team. I'm not looking forward to the trip to the Etihad. As I said, I wish we had this out of the way, man. I wish we had the North London derby, the Etihad, and actually also Old Trafford. Because say what you want about Man United, Arsenal don't travel well there. So, yeah. But right now, still 1-0 to Manchester United, courtesy of Marcus Rashford. It's almost written in the stars. Really and truly. Boy. Can't lie, man. I'm going to say it one more time and then I'll stop people. But I am not looking forward to this trip to the Etihad. You've got Marcus Rashford on the ball, Phil Foden chasing him, the pacey Kyle Walker as well needs to win a foul. See, this is why Rashford is annoying. Like, Just got no brain. Like, just got no brain. Very cheap. Pause. Very, very cheap way of giving the ball away. Especially because now it's almost a different game. Haaland, speaking of giving the ball away cheaply. Bruno Fernandes, who's quietly been good today, man. Bruno Fernandes, where is the right winger? Garnacho, that's terrible. It worked out because it meant Bruno, rather than attempt a Hollywood pass, keeps possession for Man United. But where's the width from the right-hand side? Lindelof goes back to Onana. Between Casemiro and Varane, they got to sort that out. Casemiro's nutmeg Bernardo Silva for no reason. Just show him, man, I used to play for Madrid. Garnacho, that's terrible. Stay on side. Showing his age. Showing his age there. Jeez, horrible from him. Absolutely horrible from him. Absolutely horrible. No need to do that. Boy. Maguire. Bro. Sorry, folks. What I was doing there is when we was talking about Devil's Advocate, I just had an idea for potential content. So I thought, why don't we make that? So yeah, man. You've got Garnacho on the ball. Again, I don't want to push an agenda and get a confirmation bias because in the modern day he can, and you've got to be adaptable. But he's not a winger, man. Phil Foden up against Lindelof. Lindelof's been able to sleep well today, ain't been troubled. Phil Foden delivers. It's a horrible cross, really, and it's headed out from Man United. Scott McTominay. Don't lose it, fella. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Good composure from you. Do a lot to Garnacho. To be fair, he killed Garnacho there. Man United still have it. Varane, you're better than that. What do I know? Because he's done well to find Rashford. Thought Rashford was clamped by Kyle Walker there. Referee don't agree. Oh, ref, that's a bit inconsistent. Phil Foden gets a free kick for that. I like Garnacho, man. It's an Arsenal channel, bro. Red Devil's Advocate. I can't lie, I don't see the hype with Garnacho. I don't know for hyping that, and I know he's easily frustrating, but I like him, man. I like him as a footballer. I don't know why, but I like him. I don't think he's a bad baller. I think there's a player in there. I don't rate him to the same scale I would rate like Kobe Mainoo. I think he's lit. Just because he does this, obviously he's got tech, and I'm not saying. I do think in today's day and age, when people can do a million skills and stuff, people see that as, you know, you're amazing. But like, and obviously Kobe Mainoo's got wonderful technique, temperament, all of that. But he just does the basics very right. Do you like? You can name footballers who do a million skills. How many footballers can you say do the basics to a very high standard? All the best players do. Boy. Calvin Phillips, Sergio Gomez, and Matheus Nunes are strange signs. I would say Nunes is strange because they needed a midfielder. Calvin Phillips, I guess, I won't quite say that didn't make sense because it made sense, but it's just in hindsight, it was never going to work. Oh, that's a stupid foul. No way Kyle Walker's got away with that. No way Kyle Walker's got away with pulling on the shirt of Rashford. That should be a free kick on the edge of City's area. Instead, the ref is saying play on. I guess we're just gonna play on until City get something. Ref, I think you've been bought there. I think you've been bought there. That was horrible from you, ref. And Foden is bagged. Phil Fodenio, your team needs you. Phil Foden is equalized. If I was City, I mean United, I wouldn't let my head drop. How fitting is it? The homegrown Manchester United Academy product bags and Stockport Iniesta Phil Foden equalizes. Boy, 10 minutes into the second half, it's 1-1. Rodri and obviously Kevin De Bruyne are playing pivotal roles. What a fucking fantastic finish that is from Phil Foden. It's not quite Bukayo Saka, but it's lit. Now I'm joking with that. But honestly, you know, it's going to have... I feel sorry for Onana because he's been good today. And it was going to take something of that level to obviously go in the back of his net. And it's exquisite from Phil Foden. What a footballer he is. And what a season he's having. But again, I think United have been done very dirty because there should have been a free kick. I don't know how the ref hasn't given that against Kyle Walker where Marcus Rashford is concerned. What a finish from Foden. I think the ref's a joke, man, there, if I'm honest. Ten Hag's been given a yellow. I mean, to be fair, like, deserve the yellow. You deserve to take the yellow card, really and truly. Like, it's worth getting a yellow card for. That is serious injustice, if I'm honest with you. That is Phil Foden's 17th goal of the season. Career best so far at this moment in time for him. Which is great. Boy, doing his thing. Tried to get an Arsenal fan show for you today, people, by the way. But yeah, unfortunately, it's short notice. No everyone can do it. We go again next week. Oh, what's the... there's always people being silly, man. Someone's thrown a blue flare onto the field right next to Onana, folks. Players to stop for now, man. I get it. There's passion, and I'm not just saying it's a City thing. You got people that do mad things everywhere, but just ruining the game, really and truly. Just ruining the game. Boy, it's 1-1. It's actually 1-1. And it's crazy, because there could be more goals. One of you said 2-2. You might be on. Julian Alvarez is coming. Haaland, don't take him off, please, Pep, man. Number 11, Jeremy Doku done well. To be fair, Julian Alvarez and Haaland, if you lot are the ones to bag, I can move with that purely because you're my FPL team. Julian Alvarez, what a player he is as well, man. Another one. You might as well come Arsenal, bro. We'll play you up front as well. You could be a killer. Boy, last man clear foul agendas at play. Saka ain't doing that against us. Are we forgetting what he did at the Emirates and then bust Rashford celebration? Please. Remember, man. Kyle Walker, Rodri. Let's see if City have the bit between their teeth. Looked like John Stones got inspired to go for a long ranger. Didn't happen. Nathaniel Ake, bulldozing down the left-hand side. His touches let him down. Where's VAR at? I don't know. Listen, I'm not a Man United fan. In the grand scheme of things, I don't care. But that is injustice. Right is right and fair is fair. And United have been done dirty. I guess, from a tactical point of view, if they go and look at the goal again, maybe their players could have done better. But football is decided, or definitely games like this, is by fine margins. And obviously, City at some point we're probably going to score. It is what it is. But as if you're Ten Hag or you're the players or whatever, if you concede, let it be your fault. If you win or lose, let it be your fault. So far, they've controlled all the variables that they potentially can. And it's got to feel like a sense of injustice, really and truly, to concede in that fashion. Take nothing away from Phil Foden's goal, but it should have been a free kick. Speaking of free kicks, this one's been taken short by City. Kevin De Bruyne delivers. Nana gets a hand to it. I feel sorry for him as well because obviously it's a banger. If one goal had to go and it was going to be something like that, but it shouldn't be that way. It's set up for City. It's set up for City to win the league. Ref talking to Nana and Ake. Boy, ball into the box. Whoa, I thought City were going to get a second there. It's another important header. Another important header. Boy. City down this right-hand side. John Stones, wow. Sorry, people, I'm trying to do 20 things at once. You get my professionalism back in a sec. Yeah, we're back again, folks. Life taking hold of me. Another ref giving City and Liverpool wins. I hate to be that conspiracy guy, but it feels like such, and the sun is beaming through my blind. Apologies for the technical difficulties, folks, but with this show must go on. Kyle Walker, Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin standards. That's a horrible one. He shanked that. Garnacho is very limited, loses the ball too much and can't pass. I rate Garnacho. I don't know to the scale and all of that sort of stuff, and if I think he's going to be this and that, but I think there's something there. DG switching off, can never play fullback. Maybe that's why I play fullback. Look at Zinni. Alvarez is not a City leftover. He's a big boy baller in his own right. But, you know, if City ever for some reason want to get rid of players, you know, it's a cool Rashford. Come on, man. I think I'm being a bit harsh, but come on, Rashford, man. Come on, man. Marcus Rashford and Phil Foden with the goals so far, folks. John Stones. Rodri. Bernardo Silva looks like he's on this left-hand side. Phil Foden, what can he do? Calm before the storm even. Kyle Walker. Julian Alvarez. And John Stones in the middle is quite interesting. I wonder if, again, I can't comprehend no Pep Guardiola system, but it looks like there's been a little tweak of the players. Phil Foden into the box. Haaland can't get his head on it. It's not going to be the day for Haaland, is it? It's going to be one of those days. Got you, man. Yeah, Martinelli's goal disallowed last season. Absolute robbery at Old Trafford. I mean, things happen, innit? Like, I like to think it all balances out, but kind of just live with the incompetence now. Kevin De Bruyne are asking a lot of Phil Foden there. Is Onana saying he's fouled, or is he saying hamstring injury? What's going on here? Pardon me. Has that, I think United signed this Turkish lad to play in goal. Has he been given his debut in any capacity yet? Pardon me, Rashford has never recovered from the Euros penalty miss. City comeback started. City owe us for how many players they took from us too. United fans will go on for weeks about that miss call. What, just like with the Gabriel thing? I hope Onana's not in problems here, folks. If I'm completely honest with you, he looks like he might be in a spot of bother here. He should get up and be cool, but I don't know if he's feeling his groin, his hamstring, what. I don't know what Kevin De Bruyne is going mad about. I don't know what Haaland's going mad about. If anything, there should be United players surrounding that ref, really and truly. To be fair, what is that? Why? Okay, there must be more to it. Ten Hag threw something down in anger, and he's doing this. But at the same time, what do you expect him to do though? Like, and this goes for Arteta, this goes for any manager. Like, I hear it, you know. There's Arsenal's former doctor at Old Trafford. I hear it. Like, managers should conduct themselves a certain way, but if he went good job, would you book him? So, like, if he doesn't agree with it, if he's being rude and cursing and whatever, yeah, but football's heightened emotions from the fans, probably even the referee, the players, 100%. If a man feels there's injustice, there's got to be, a level of expression around such. We've got 111 likes. Thank you very much for such, people. Can we keep it going? God bless everyone who's hit the like button and tuned in. Can you believe Rio said what Rio said about Doku Saka? He's just trying to. I don't think Rio Ferdinand needs it because he's getting Ornstein interviews and he's Rio Ferdinand, but he's doing the engagement thing, man. Them man are playing the game, man. And as humans, we haven't learned to turn off from like when people are just making outlandish statements. It's dodgy, but United still have possession. Dialogue. What can he do? Right. Wenger and Ferguson era, you're going to ask them to be casual. Well, Alex Ferguson would have probably grabbed up the refs and drapes them up and that, really. And all of a sudden, you never see or hear from that ref again. And when you look at that, my childhood, days and days of Man United injustice. It is what it is. You lot robbed us of our invincible thing. Since there's a report that Musiala has rejected a new deal, do you think we should pursue him vigorously? Well, it's like me DMing Shensia, bro. Like, she might reply, probably won't, but in like a 1 in a million chance you reply and you got a chance. I guess in life, from you got a chance, take it in it. But we're not getting no Musiala, man. Like, and as much as I like him, can play out wide, plays a 10, plays a 8, quality young player, very adaptable. I think he'd be welcomed in Arsenal by the fans and the players. It's away from that, is it a priority? Like, is he going to play in that 8? No. Is he going to play up front? No. Can he play out wide? Yes. But is he going to be deployed as a proper winger like that? Then really and truly, there's no point spending peas. Dang, I wish Shensia DM me. She says she's in London, man. Shout me, Shensia, man. I could change your life. Not financially, that's you. But I could be a stepdad. Shout me, man. Shout me, man. Shout me, man. The haircut's cut. You could be rubbing on my head and that is crazy. But yeah, being serious, people, it's still 1-1. We're into the 67th minute. And it's still 1-1. Phil Foden and Rashford with the goals. Haaland could be in here. Skips past 1, past 2, bulldozing. And I think, to be fair, I think Haaland stayed on his feet with the first tackle. I think he's gone to ground very weak there on the second. But that's the first time you've seen Haaland turn. But this is what we mean about the game changing. There's more space. Varane, to be fair, Varane has fouled him. He's completely turned Johnny Evans. That happens. Johnny Evans tried to get tight. Musiala only works if Odegaard becomes a true centre mid. That's true. Who's this? That's that Will Bang Bala. So forgive me for the mispronunciations. You're coming on. Pause as well. He's coming on for Man United. Johnny Evans, the experienced Johnny Evans, off. Go get a pint, man. You've put in a shift today. And you can see the ref's not even telling him to hurry up. With like Uncle Evans, he ain't got the legs for that, man. You're definitely not training for the next 48 hours. You're doing recovery sessions until Man United's next game. Crazy. How gas has Kamwala, forgive me. How gassed have you got to be coming on the pitch in a Manchester derby as a Manchester Academy player? Boy, I'm sure you played against West Ham. This Manchester United team can't play. City is making them look mediocre on the ball. Boy. These days, players, coaches, and refs are soft. I don't think the players are soft. I don't think that per se. I don't think the managers are soft. I think the refs are inconsistent and incompetent. 90% of players nowadays would cry during Sir Alex Ferguson blow dry treatment. Probably. And today and age, but you do that. You can only do that if you've got the whole dressing room. And you can only do that to provide inspiration. You do that now. People on the phone to their agent. Couple of players start conspiring against you. Reports come out. You lost the dressing room. It's Pete. Free kick here. Kevin De Bruyne on the edge of Manchester United's area. Can something fantastic happen here? This will probably be a goal of the season contender if it goes in. Kevin De Bruyne is into the wall. Dialog's got there. Can Phil Foden get the second? He's got his body there and he's done quite well to stop Port Iniesta. He's found Kyle Walker. Rodri. Ooh, Julian Alvarez. Got to hold your run there. Phil Foden. So Lindelof has gone centre half. The young man for Man United has gone to right back. The lot looks like he shifted over to left back. But let's just see once the game kind of settles once again. There's 20 minutes left of this first half, people. Bernardo Silva, Jonathan Stones, Ake, Kyle Walker. Is he going to do a DG has? Oh, no, he ain't, because man went in. It's into the hands of Onana. I mean, you hit the target, but it's going to have to be something effing brilliant to have any chance of going in from there. And respectfully to Kyle Walker, it wasn't. The dad that stepped up, you know. I'll try. For Shensia, yeah. For Jay the Kingdom, yeah. For Lodge, yeah. Jay Huss, don't thank me. Yeah. For Kelly Rowland, yeah. For Ashanti, yeah. Who else is there? Karen Brady. I'm joking. I used to have a crush on her at school, though. It's messed, I know. But there's a method to the madness. What method it is, I don't know. Ake. I don't know why, man. Maybe it's because Karen Brady, the apprentice, businesswoman and that. I don't know. Diaz.  'Kyle Walker. 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 Stones. I would love to have John Stones at Arsenal, man. Not if you're going to lose the ball there, curse of the commentator. You know what? I wonder. It's one of them games where how would you look at it? Like, is this a better point for United or City, assuming it stays like this? Because heading into the game, I think more United fans would have been open to taking a point, and City not. But I'd probably be more disappointed if it stayed like this and I was a United fan, because taking the lead, it's as I say with Arsenal, I was happy with a point at Anfield, but going into the game, we took the lead, or in the game, we took the lead, and then we dropped points. And I think City, by their own standards, have been a bit poor at times and lifeless. I think there's more. This feels like them games where there's drama, man. Drama, lad. I'll raise them kids. Nah, can I have my own first? Boy, apparently since Sir Alex Ferguson left Manchester United, obviously Man United have won no trophies. Well, no Premier League titles. City have won 6 major trophies. United have won 4. City have won 17. Anthony's coming on. Can he make himself a hero? Seasons top in Manchester in the 10 years. Man United none. City 10. Premier League derby wins. United have 7. United have 7. City have 11. Games in the Premier League won by 5+ goals. United have just 1. Damn. City have 34. Approximate net spend. Manchester City 795 million. Manchester United 1.2 billion. Damn. Marcus Rashford can't bring it down. John Stones. From an England perspective, Foden's done well. Rashford has scored a sizzler. Kyle Walker and Stones have looked fairly all right. Kevin De Bruyne to Julian Alvarez. Bernardo Silva. No, it's poor. Wave after wave for City now. I think United are standing in their own half a bit too much. There's still time for some crap to happen. What are we saying? There's definitely a penalty in this game. Here comes Strictly Come Dancing. I think United has done really well today against all odds. I hear that. Bernardo Silva into the hands of Onana. Onana would be man of the match for me so far. But it's a weird one. Take nothing away from Man United or Onana. He's done well, but City ain't peppered him. Edison must be bored. He's come all the way off his line. Oof. Lovely drop of the shoulder by Ake to send Garnacho for a bagel. And Garnacho fouled GB's very own Ake. Anthony's coming on for Marcus Rashford. I mean, he got his goal. Southgate will still pick Maguire. To be fair, though, I'm not saying he should, but to be fair, Maguire tends to rarely let down England. I know you can find plenty of examples. United haven't had a shot since the first half. Anthony, not going to lie, is the biggest flop this generation so far. Who's more of a flop, him or Mudryk? I think it's even. Might say Mudryk because at least I've seen Anthony starting that. I don't really see that from Mudryk. I'd rather persist more with, from what I've seen anyways, I'd rather persist with Mudryk than Anthony. I think there's a player in Anthony. I don't know why. I did think he was a bit overrated at Ajax, but he looks bad, man, at times. Phil Foden. And then he hasn't scored. There you have it. This will be like Liverpool yesterday, and I'll be gutted again. Pepe was a flop. But he's definitely done a lot more than Mudryk and Anthony and all these guys. Can't cap to you. Should have just never bought Pepe for 70-odd million quid. Garnacho has found Casemiro to Varane. A bit nervous there to play it to Onana like that. Onana, great composure. This is what United need to do more. Play it out from the back. Be brave. That's a good knock. Can Bruno Fernandes find Garnacho? Garnacho, you need to hold your run. He has held his run, but the pass is terrible and he's got a lot to do. Sorry, Anthony. And the offside flag came up. But yeah, man, Anthony was up against the odds. And when I found out it was Anthony, that's where it stopped. Game's getting very stretched in these last 15 minutes. Kevin De Bruyne. Sancho was so bad, Anthony gets to eat. I expected a lot more from Sancho, if I'm honest. I don't know why that one didn't work. I do think Sancho was painted as this throwback kind of hugging the touchline, chalk on boots, number 7, where if you watched him in the Bundesliga, his game is more neat little 1-2s. He's not a 10, but it's like he's more interested in doing that 10 stuff. And again, Man United have been dysfunctional, and it's a bit like Chelsea. Any attacker's going to somewhat struggle or not hit their full potential. Kevin De Bruyne down this right-hand side. Casemiro sticking to him. Ake delivers. Headed out by Lindelof. Ake's on the case again. Bernardo Silva and Ake have given it away. Anthony's in possession. You need to win a foul. Brother, Anthony, fam. I'll never kick a man while they're down, but you need to allow it, man. Like, lost the ball so cheaply there. To be fair, that young player of Man United with a very cute foul on the City player, I think he got away with it right in front of the ref's nose. Rodri's tried to find Bernardo Silva. United have dealt with that. It's a bit hot potato-ish. United have won a great free kick on the edge of their own area. That will alleviate any pressure. Sancho's a wing fielder. At least with Mudryk, if you give him a hand, could be something. Anthony, I just feel, needs the same and has to listen. Just incredibly frustrating. Anthony's either going to go up the gears like I see it all the time. Like, you're either going to go up the gears so much or you're going to play like this forever. There's no in between. Is Anthony a bigger flop than Sancho? Who costs more money? I would say so, because at least with Sancho, it's like, and there's no excuse because, you know, you started beefing the manager, but it's for all his faults. It's a manager bust up. We're not seeing eye to eye. Anthony, the manager, that's your guy, isn't it? You was together at your last club, and it's just not happening. And you've got games. United in possession. Bruno Fernandes. You know what? I know some people always get onto him, and he's incredibly frustrating, but he's done good, and he's done well to find Kobe Mainoo here. Garnacho, Edison off his line. Definitely not a foul. It's a corner kick, though. There was no margin for error. Bruno Fernandes trying his best to get a pen. I don't blame him. To be fair, I'm here for the drama. Great pass from Kobe Mainoo into Garnacho, really. He had a lot to do, and credit to Edison for coming off his line. Oh, you know what? Does he get the ball? I thought first time he did. He does. There's a bit on the follow-through, but I think he gets the ball. To be fair, Garnacho would have had a lot to do. He does get Garnacho on the follow-through. I don't know where we're at with that. I don't know. In life, these things could change. It could happen. I think he got the ball first, personally, and it's a goal. Is it a goal kick? So it must have come off Garnacho again. I thought it was at least corner. City has been a theme this season for City by their own standards. At times, they go to sleep defensively. Anthony and Mudryk are Serie A/League One level players. I think they're Premier League players, if I'm honest. It's just, can both teams afford... Well, you have to. You spent a lot of money on them. Can both teams afford to persist with them? I think you're at the stage with Mudryk now where rightly or wrongly, Pochettino's got to go, you know what, you got 10 games. Obviously, exaggeration, but you got 5-10 games. You're going to start all of them. If you play bad, you're going to start the next week. But after these 5-10 games, if you don't show me what needs to be shown, fair enough. We're going to have to revisit. He looks like he needs an arm around him. But can Chelsea afford that? And Chelsea have a very delicate project where half of their players need that. And I do think you have to give Mudryk a bit of that tax that everybody looks bad at Chelsea right now. Enzo's not bad. Caicedo's not bad. You know, everyone apart from Cole Palmer is not showing their quality. So how far does it go with the manager? But then again, and I could be wrong, but Mudryk wasn't a Pochettino signing, is it really? So does he really have that affinity to him? Phil Foden, life has been flipped on its head from a Manchester United perspective. It was so nice. Phil Foden done it twice. 2 goals from Phil Foden to flip this game on its head. It's Manchester City 2, Man United 0. Foden again. What a player this guy is. A generational talent. What a player. And we ain't even scratched the surface of seeing how good this individual is. What a player. He doesn't back his mum, but he's backing the beef today. Yeah, you could do the gunman celebrations today. Stockport Iniesta. Out of nothing, man, with City. Phil Foden's actually... Hey, listen, I rate Foden. People are just going to look at the finish. It's a thing. He's a thinkers man's footballer. The best footballers think. He's played the pass to Alvarez and simply just followed his run. Got into a great goal-scoring area and pulled the trigger. He's done it in 3 touches. He's taken one with his right, one with his left to set himself. And what has become a theme of Phil Foden is just lightly caressed into the back of the net. Boy, football matches don't always lie. I mean, don't always tell the truth, but sometimes they lie. And I think Man United, life isn't fair. I don't think City have played to their best. But as you saw with Liverpool yesterday, it's the business end of the season. It's just about getting 3 points. But hey, What a game this is. And it's appreciative to have you lot tuned in. Foden serious, man. Or if City had Declan Rice, it'd be fake, man. DG, did you see the Madrid-Valencia ending and we thought Prem refs were bad? No, I haven't, you know, but I guess there's something for me. Kobe Maino's come off. Garnacho's come off. In terms of creativity, you could argue get Eriksen on, but this is a game where you need athleticism. There's high turnovers in that, and respectfully, he'd be a bit of a passenger. Amrabat and Amari Forson have come on for their teams, people. Rodri. Okay, John Stones, Rodri. Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva. Walker. Oh, Walker got away with that. Stones got him out of that. 82 minutes on the clocks, folks. What a game this has been. We've been treated to 3 goals. I said 2-1. My prediction could still be on 2-1 City. So one of you said 2-2, and I hope that will be the case. Or 3-1 United. It was like just with my slim hopes of winning a title at Arsenal Football Club, which I'm not really hopeful on winning the Prem. Like, you've got Big Bad City, and they got the refs as well. Forson is from Lambeth, just like me. I'm sure he's been at Spurs, West Ham. He used to follow me on Instagram. All them young G snake it, man. Jude Bellingham used to follow me on Instagram. He used to, when I used to put up the polls of footballers and that, he used to reply, man. We could have got an interview, man. We could have got out the hood together, man. I could have been flying to Madrid. He would have got me like 100 million views. It's all right, though, man. Them kind of youths. Thank you. Dad's defending that. Anthony and Forson on before Ahmad. I bet. To be fair with Diallo, I don't know why he's not given an opportunity. Rightly or wrongly, I guess Ten Hag don't see what he wants to see. But then again, with Diallo, as much as he thinks he can break through at Man United, rightly or wrongly, if the manager, football's a funny old game of opinions, and ultimately the manager might think you're the best thing since sliced bread, and you could be crap and play. You could actually be lit, but the manager doesn't play you. So should he have pushed to go on loan? Haaland, woof. Important interception again by Lindelof. It's fallen to Bernardo Silva, who expertly plucked that out the sky. Bobbing and weaving, twisting and turning. City shouldn't have this many great players. It's not fair, man. Rodri. Ake. Phil Foden on this left-hand side. He's on a hat-trick. Boy, what a player, man. We'll never go Hollywood on you, DG. I'm chill now for next year, but gloves need to come next year. Why didn't Ten Hag bring on Amrabat and shore up the middle? He brought on this Kambala. Statistics, man. Just trying to get them debuts, and minutes are given to under 21 players. It's Kyle Walker, centre back. Well, now to be fair, he's just filling in. Edison looking to show his passing range. Is that going to find a City man? To be fair, Bernardo Silva had no chance against the lot. We say, my guy, hope you're well. They started targeting Man United's right-hand side when they brought on the academy kid. Naturally, you're going to do that. I mean, Phil Foden's going to get man of the match now, and you can't disagree. We've been talking about Gareth Southgate. I guess the perks of being England manager is you can turn up at all these games, and he hasn't missed a beat. He's here today. Oh, Nana to Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden. Kevin De Bruyne skips past Amrabat. Amrabat persisting, though, as is Kevin De Bruyne. Has done well to find Foden. Foden, you're a better man than me. See me if I'm on a hat-trick in a Manchester derby against Manchester United, bro, I'm not passing the ball to no one. I'm trying to bag. Maybe that's why I'm waffling on YouTube, and he's living the dream, people. Smash the like button. Can't rely on other clubs to do the job to win it. So I don't think Arsenal can win the title, because it's not like a Liverpool thing. It's in Liverpool's hands. We're reliant on 2 clubs to drop points. And like against Newcastle, where City are concerned, and today there's been moments it could have went left. Even Liverpool yesterday and against Burnley and the game before that, it could have went left. It's the business end of the season, and they're making it happen. You know, City are trying to prove to the world that they could potentially get a treble again, that you know, they're not going to rest on their laurels. Liverpool have won a league, pipped City to a league before. Obviously, Klopp's leaving. Arsenal, we've never did it, so there should be that hunger. But I think experience is very overrated, but it can never be overstated. Once again, experience is overrated, but it can't be overstated. And it's moments like this, or in periods like this, experience, even down to the way squads are assembled. So yeah, man. United didn't have the minerals. Arsenal not there yet. Need another midfielder and a striker. This game isn't over. It's not over till it's over. There's 4 minutes. Soon approaching Fergie time. But football's weird, like life, you know. Like it's weird. Like I've just sat here and randomly pondering. Like obviously, I'm 28, 29 on the 13th of April. Get your presents in, people, for the guy. It's mad, like how obviously in my early life, City were that respectfully, City were down here, United were up there, and then it's just gone. Woo. Kevin De Bruyne intercept De Bruyne. I don't know. That sounds like Quinn De Bueno there. Important interception by Champions League Varane, who might not be playing in the Champions League again. Can't believe Ten Hag took off Rashford for Anthony. He's the only one who was on anything for United. But I think they had a good game plan. I do think there's been things that have gone against United that they can't control, but maybe there's a bit of naivety there. Maybe. United put up a good fight. But points on the board. Onana, does Onana touch that? I thought the keeper was fouled. Despite Foden is a Ballon d'Or level talent. Rants and DG was saying Rashford needs to man up and he's crying for fouls like a look. To be fair, man, it was a better performance from Rashford today. Still frustrating, but scored a banger, innit? No, Rashford was shocking other than the goal. Yeah, you know what? I'm trying to be nice. He's an enigma. Like, you score that goal, but you can't make 5-yard passes. Haaland is not going to be your day. FPL, Haaland will make us feast on many other Premier League fixtures. But today, I don't think Haaland's going to give us the points we need. Kevin De Bruyne finds Julian Alvarez, who's also in my FPL team. Alvarez, Kyle Walker, what can he do? Be aggressive. Bernardo Silva finds Kevin De Bruyne, who heads it back across. Where is everyone? Another important interception by Varane. Casemiro and Anthony with the 1-2 Brazilian settings. Anthony, go on, man. Show us something. Oh, you know what? I'm going to be hopeful for Anthony. And there goes the hope. There goes the hope. Phil Foden doing all of this to the fans. There goes the hope. And great tracking back for what it's worth from Foden. I can remember when Rashford was wanted by some Arsenal fans. I wouldn't be against taking Rashford at Arsenal, but to have him, Kai Havertz, a lot of players that are fairly seasoned, or 2 players that are fairly seasoned and been around in the Prem, but they're almost enigmas and they need a lot of work. Obviously, Arteta in himself is a project. Edu in himself is a project. Collectively, the club is on this youth project. And I'll never turn it down. That's our remit. We're trying to do that. But it'd be nice to get some players that are the finished article. And if they're not the finished article, they're rounded in certain ways. Like Declan Rice, he understands what being a midfielder is about. Arteta, you're free to, do what you want to do with Rice. There's too many players that are not the finished article. Saka's not even the finished article. He's doing what he needs to do. Martinelli's a work in progress. Odegaard's fairly seasoned, but he's that. Amari Forson, welcome to the big leagues, player. Lost the ball cheat. You better bust the gut and stop Bernardo Silva, young G. You're not moving serious. You might not make it. I captain Saka this week. Haaland blank suits me just fine. I got Saka as well. All hopes are on him, really. I think Arteta will get something extra out of Rashford. I think that about Mudryk as well. But then I look at Rashford's decision-making. Easily frustrating. Who would I say is the most frustrating player in terms of decision-making at Arsenal? I don't want to say his name because I love him. Certain Brazilian. I can't lie, Martinelli. I say most frustrating decision-making, Martinelli. Most frustrating player for me is Gabriel Jesus. Just because, 8 minutes of added on time. Just because, speaking of Rashford and not making sense, Jesus doesn't make sense. The easy finishes he makes look very difficult. A very difficult finish, he will make it look easy. It doesn't make sense. Rashford, and why Jesus is so frustrating, because if he could just get 20 odd league goals, we don't need we probably need one for depth, but we don't need another one. Kevin De Bruyne galloping. Are we going to get a trademark finish here? Maybe should have passed it to Bernardo Silva. I'm probably shouting for no reason, people. But first time it looked like Kevin De Bruyne was going to bend that into the far post. It's gone wide, inches. That's what she said. Oh, Nano. Casemiro. Amrabat saved you. I swear I see him on Edgeway Road. He's lost the ball. Haaland, please. Haaland. Aye. Goal. Haaland, go. I mean, Amrabat, blood. You made your manager look like a dud. What are you doing? Man United, that is the poorest goal they've conceded today. Fair enough. Phil Foden, they went to sleep for the second one. Phil Foden's goal's a peach of a shot. But United have engineered their own downfall with that one. Amrabat, it's safe to say, I hope you didn't buy a flat in Manchester and you're renting, because you're going back wherever you came from. A bold player lets a bold manager down. Battle of the Boldies, seeing Pep Guardiola come from behind. The Viking has bagged. Who said we're not going to get any FPL points? DG is a City fanboy this half. Shut up, Tom, man. I like good football. I don't care about City or Man United. What do you mean? Both of them got regulated when they bucked into my team. Mikel Arteta, you know what time it was. City pack, Liverpool pack, United pack, West Ham pack. We got all different stuff. Kurt Zuma got nothing on us because, respectfully, we've been on our pest control stuff. Wolves, Seagulls, Magpies, all sorts of things. You know what my team's doing, isn't it? Horrible. Rah. Phil Foden, what are you kissing Haaland for? Damn. 4-goal thriller. And even Pep, we're very intimate with one of your staff there. And it wouldn't be a City game if they weren't doing, what do they call that? Is it the Poznan? Amrabat's looking booky, boy. Boy. Haaland would never score at the Emirates. Listen, stay humble in life, man. You know what? Martinelli for me, and not going to lie, sometimes Saka to strike forward. The only frustrating thing with Saka is, like, sometimes you even, like, the most frustrating for me was him taking corners because I think they weren't consistent enough. Sometimes he's finishing, but I'm happy to. How much will United make from the inevitable Anthony sell? You'd be lucky to get a zoot for him, isn't it? Really? Alleged. Premier League. Listen, City have won this, man. City or Liverpool. I pray every day that City lose every game and Liverpool lose every game and my team can end this 20+ year drought. But unfortunately, the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. Ten Hag out. Nah, keep him, man. Trust the process. Ten Hag, very good manager. He brought through Kobe Mainoo. Ake accelerate. That's a ball from Ake. Haaland's lost his footing. And United need to just keep their standards. Their standards are dropping. They're giving the ball away cheaply. What you don't want is a fourth. Even City as well. Both teams, like City, I wouldn't say party mode, but people doing too much. Kyle Walker goes home to Edison. If I had to build the worst player ever, it would be Amrabat. That is harsh, man. Boy, they have looked ordinary. Who's your fave Arsenal player just to watch in the eye? For me, it's Odegaard and Zinni on a good day. Odegaard, everybody knows I rave about Martin Wondergaard. I can't lie. I think I'm not saying he's the most, but I think he's one of the most enjoyable footballers to watch in the Premier League. I like the Fodens and Odegaards and Bernardo Silvas and these kind of players. Like, they're just techie. Like, they're just lit. Like, I'm a Wenger baby. For a large period of my life, all I knew was Arsene Wenger at Arsenal. And these, obviously, Invincibles, they were more physical and they could play football. Since the Emirates, it's the smaller, the 5'8", below technical footballers. So I would say Odegaard for me, in that terms. Who else? Saliba for his gracefulness. I just think there's a grace to it. Gabriel, because it's nice to have a defender that just loves to defend. I agree with what you're saying. Zinchenko on his days are madness. When Saka, when he's on it, like when he's proper on it. I like Martinelli's tenacity. I don't know if I've said it already, but Declan Rice on the basis of, like, it's just refreshing. You're just on doing your job, man. It's lovely. Just do your job and go home, man. Mr. Consistent. Employee of the month settings every week. Well, Phil Foden's got a whack for that cheeky little flick there. Phil Foden is lit, man. Gabriel White, Saka. Rice, the midfield general, is a joy to watch. He's like Vieira. Leeds United play better football. Boy, Jesus. All right, Jesus entertaining. Yeah. I thought, you see, this is what happened when you're not fit. All right, most entertaining for different reasons now. Let's forget all of that. Jesus, Odegaard. You know what? I would actually, we only see him once a year, but when Partey is on it, he's actually quite a joy to watch in an Arsenal shirt. Oscar Bob is coming on. Phil Foden's coming off, and he's going to get a standing ovation from one academy prospect to the other. Foden limping. It's a busy week for City. What a finish from Foden. It's a busy week for City, you know. From today, they play 3 games in the space of a week. They're off. Well, in fact, they're not off. They welcome Copenhagen on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then obviously another big game against Liverpool. on Sunday, and we'll be doing a watch along for that. We're obviously going to be doing a watch along tomorrow, people, for Arsenal versus Sheffield United. Make sure you set your reminders and you smash the like button. When this live stream ends, you'll be taken to a landing page for that. So do me a favor and smash the like button. Oscar Bob, who I don't know if it's confirmed, but is in talks to get a new deal. Well deserved for City, but bigger games to come. Well, if they deal with Liverpool next week, they've won it, innit? Since Phil Foden's second goal, Man United have had just 16% of the ball. Jorginho, I wouldn't say entertaining for me, but you play the sort of football I want to see. Rodri, the best six in the world, really and truly. It's funny because when Arsenal beat City at the Emirates, that's a poor pass from Kevin De Bruyne, who is fitting because I was just about to mention him. When City came to the Emirates, there was all the talk around United fans are leaving in their numbers, rightly so. You know, big up the United fans that have to make the trip back to London. But as I was saying, like when we played them at the Emirates, a lot was said about they're missing Kevin De Bruyne or he's the guy. I'm sorry, Rodri, he's the guy. But they missed Kevin De Bruyne. But then again, I feel a bit mad to suggest this, but playing devil's advocate, who do you miss? Obviously, Kevin's coming back from a long injury, and I don't really believe this. I'm just being devil's advocate. But who's a bigger miss in the City team? If Rodri's not there or if Kevin De Bruyne? Because I think they're equal. I think Rodri's the safety net, and I think Kevin's got the swagger. But nobody in that City team can replicate what Rodri does. There's ways around it. Obviously, no one can copy what Kevin De Bruyne does, but you've got Bernardo, you've got Foden. If we just ban that all under creativity, then a couple of players can create. No, I don't know, though, people. I'm just simply being devil's advocate, trying to keep you lot entertained, man. That's what we do on the platform. Big up you lot, people. We're into the last minute of the game. Sorry, as I reach for my charger. There is a free kick from range for Manchester United to probably the last kick of the game. But not Bruno Fernandes, apologies, might as well go for goal here. At least if you could score, you make the scoreline look fairly close. He's delivered it to the back post. It's headed back across. Is that a corner kick? It's not going to be a corner kick. Manchester City have come back from a goal down to win 3-1 here, folks. Phil Foden, I will give him the man of the match. I feel sorry for Onana. I think it was a great goal from Rashford. I think there is a bit of an injustice in what led to Phil Foden's sizzler of a goal. Other than that, I think, it was probably what was going to happen. City have dominated possession. Were they at their best? Did they look vulnerable at times defensively? Could United have maybe scored a couple of half chances? Yes, but City showed even not at their best. They're amazing. They can still score 3 goals. Haaland had a stinker by his standard. He still scored. And most importantly, they got the 3 points. You've got Phil Foden in a great patch of form. Every day that Kevin is keeping his recovery up from a long-term injury, he's getting bigger and better. They've got the experience. And the title race, who knows? But what we do know is City have done their job. Liverpool have done their job. New kids on the block, Arsenal. We knew we need to be beating Sheffield United anyways. But you know exactly what needs to be done. I can't wait till Pep leaves. It's not fair, is it, at all, man? Like, with my neutral hat on, it's amazing seeing what City have done under Pep and those before him and where they're going. But it's boring now. Everyone talks about Farmers League. The premise, the Farmers League. The last goal was terrible from a Man United perspective, Aaron. Horrible. Life's gone down. Life's gone downfall. I think you mean downhill since we made Bruno captain. Karma's still hitting. Oh, now I feel sorry for him. Rodri, simply because they have no one to replace him. Kevin De Bruyne is back on, and so is City. They'll go on a 15-match win streak now. Max Brannan cheated on his wife, and now he's cheated on United fans. You're a bad man. Foden needs to come Chelsea. I hope Timber comes back soon, but I'm no one to have an opinion, but I've kind of, with his injury, just write him off for the season, man. We go again next year. As much as I hope that you're fit and able to play some moments, but it's not the way the cookie's going to crumble, is it, really and truly? But yeah, as I said, people, tomorrow we will be watching Sheffield United, Arsenal, Tuesday and Wednesday's Champions League. So if we're not doing watch-alongs, we're definitely going to have some fan shows. The journey keeps going, man. There's always content. Appreciative to you lot who have tuned in. Simply put, let you lot enjoy your weekend. Last question before we get out of here. Ten Hag did get cooked. Who do you want starting tomorrow, DG? I mean, Raya, Gabriel, Saliba, Benjamin White. I'd say Kirill, really, because if Tomiyasu's not fit, there's no one else. So Kirill in midfield. You know, I'm actually going to say Jorginho, Declan Rice, Odegaard. Up front, you probably have to go with Kai Havertz. On the left, I'm still not decided on Trossard and Martinelli. I'm going to lead towards Trossard at the moment. Saka on the right. But ask me tomorrow, I might change things. How many shortcuts do you need, DG? Go away, man. Appreciate the grand American Gooner, my CEO. Appreciate everything you do for the channel. Timber tore his ACL. He's going to look like crap if he plays this season. We need to give him time. And you know, when he makes that, you know, the inevitable first mistake or looks rusty, the same fans that have been clamoring for him to come back are going to be the first ones to turn on him, really and truly. So, yeah, man, we've watched the Manchester derby. The citizens have won. The Red Devils on Jesus' Sunday have lost. So, yeah, with that being said, though, people, appreciate you lot's banter, talking points, differences of opinions, watching the game, listening with myself across Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. Appreciative, man. You lot stay safe, stay blessed. Check out the rest of the content. And on that note, peace. In honor of Foden's banger, and obviously Rashford's, it's only right.
Against this right back, Charlie.